Whew. This was a Thomas film I was so excited to see. Blue Mountain Mystery. I figured it'd be a perfect time to watch it, since today is Thomas's 38th anniversary since his debut on television. So I figured to celebrate, I could probably watch what many people like to consider the best Thomas film. And so I watched Blue Mountain Mystery. What did I think of it? I think it is amazing. It's amazing. Everyone was right. Blue Mountain Mystery is one of the best Thomas films. Well, a lot of people like to say that Lost Treasure and Blue Mountain Mystery are their favorites. Personally, right now, I don't know where I stand on that, because it's really a tough choice because both of these films are so fantastic. I'll have to update you guys sometime. I'll probably let you know when I put it in the description. But yeah, this film was so great. So for this one, I watched the UK dub because, well, that all goes back to Thomas Fan 261's Thomas voice actor video, where I heard some bits of Ben Small's performance as Thomas in Blue Mountain Mystery, and also Michael Angelis. He really has a lot of energy in this film. You can definitely see it matches his narration he had back in the classic seasons. It's so great. Wish he was still here, though. But on a lighter note, Ben Small as Thomas in this film is absolutely great. He really is Thomas, or the voice he has just feels like Thomas. I know some people might not like Ben Small's portrayal of Thomas because of his higher pitch, but I think it kind of suits it. I mean, Thomas, in some areas, is a young, cheeky character. Sometimes he can act mature, but I feel like this film, part of this film is made because of it's hard to describe, but I really like Ben Small's portrayal of Thomas here. This and in Hero of the Rails. Oh, and King of the Railway and Tale of the Brave. He did a great job there. I'll be honest, as a kid, I really didn't have much interest in the narrow gauge engines. I don't know, something didn't sit right about me. Maybe it was because the ones I saw, most of the episodes I saw with the narrow gauge engines as a kid were from the Hit era. And we know how Hit screwed up those characters, especially Skarloey. So, lately, I've actually been a bit on a narrow gauge kick. And I've been able to gain more of an appreciation for these characters. Part of that I have to thank to the Unlucky Tug. Watching his Skarloey, his video on Sodor's Finest about Skarloey, I never got to know so much about Skarloey, and just knowing his whole history and how much of an absolute Chad he is, I just gained a newfound perspective on the character. Plus, I never got to watch any of seasons 1 through 5 as a kid, and it's a shame because Skarloey was handled so well within seasons 4 and 5. It's just, he really feels like Skarloey from the Railway series. So, and this film's portrayal in the CGI era did him great as well, having a deep man voice, or just being so serious. He really does feel like a leader. Can't say that about seasons 7 to 12, can we? And all the other narrow gauge engines were handled well. Luke, however, was such a great addition to the universe as well. He feels like he looks His design feels such like a contrast to the rest of the Skylo engines. Having a very unique and interesting valve gear side rod, having a much taller cab than all the other engines, and having him sound a bit Irish, whereas all the other Skylo engines have kind of like Welsh accents. At least I only know that Skylo and Renee's have Welsh, but something else that I don't think enough people talk about Blue Mountain Mystery is part of the music. I mean, like, lately people have been praising Robert Hartshorn's score for the Miller era. And it really is one of the best, it's definitely the best part of that era. Because some of his themes go so hard. Especially Blue Mountain Mystery, the song. Oh my gosh, that was such a great song. Same thing with Working Together. But the one part of the score that I don't see people talk about that much are the flutes. There are some, I think it might be Luke's theme, I could be wrong, but like whenever Luke goes into the tunnel, or whenever during that amazing climax, Thomas is trying to like get Luke's attention, you hear these beautiful flute notes. It's so great. I don't know, it feels so wonderful. I don't know, flutes are just great pieces of instruments. Wish we could have gotten to hear more of those in Thomas. Like, yeah, I wish we could have gotten more of that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but Ben Small's emotional moments in the film, it's pure perfection. He really feels like you can tell he's giving it a lot, and he really is. It works so well. Oh my gosh. Also, gotta give thanks to Andrew Brenner for helping out on this, because you really tell he gets these characters. Like, especially the scenes with Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. That's... he really just understands them. As well as, like, the STEAM team, they just feel so like a family, connected. In that one scene where they talk about their past memories of doing terrible things. Not much else. I can't think of anything else to say about Blue Mountain Mystery other than it's fantastic. I don't know what else to say. It's great.